Boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm the Obscure Joe PT, and for today what I have in here it is Call of Cthulhu. And no, this is nothing related with Call of Duty. This game exists since a long time. The first time I played a Call of Cthulhu game, it was The Dark Corners of the Earth, which was released a long time ago on the early 2000s, and it was an amazing game. But this one, it's quite different. It's developed by the Cyanide Studios, the same developers behind games like the Bloodborne and also games like Styx, which is a stealth game where you play with a goblin. So this is the graphical settings that I'll be using to play up this game. This game recommended me to use exactly these settings. It's a mix between low and medium settings, but I have made one simple adjustment. I just gone in here to the graphical settings and change the 3D render scale from the top bar, from the full bar, to 2 notches back. I will call it 80%, okay? This makes the resolution of the game a little bit worse, but it's not really worse and improves a lot the performance. So let's start a new game, but first let me deliver the results that I got. So first of all, I tried on the first mission, which I will call the cave, which is in the middle of a nightmare that you are having. Spoilers. Okay, so I've tried with medium settings and the results were pretty bad in my opinion, averaging 28, 1% above 16. Then I have used these custom settings that I use Solmy setting, having an average of 45 and the 1% above 28. And if you play with the low settings of resolution scaling, the performance is excellent. Now though, when you move on to the first area of the game, which is called Dark Water, I've called it Dark Waters. Okay, so the performance in here, it is more similar between each other, while the low settings with off resolution scaling provides frame rate above 30 frames per second most of the time. The low medium kind of drops from the 30s, and the medium settings again, it is literally unplayable. So for me, the low settings on this game with this off resolution scaling makes the game really ugly. So my personal suggestion for you, it is to use the exact same settings that I'm using in here. Low, medium, resolution scale sets to 2 notches back. Okay, which I'd call it 80%, should enable you to have a frame rate above 30 frames per second most of the time, depending on the areas. Okay, the medium settings looks like a big revamp in graphics from this low, medium to medium. Every color seems much more colorful, the ambience, the darkness, everything seems right. This mix between low and medium looks a little bit flat in lighting, but you know, the performance improvement, it is really good in the medium settings. In these sequences, it performs really bad. Okay, so now about the game. I don't know too much about this game. I haven't played that much, and actually I have no idea what the hell is going to happen in this game. But the first game that I've played, developed by a different developer team, it was an investigation game, just like this one. You were able to talk to many characters available on the map, but there were some very tense moments that I needed to run away, outlast or amnesia style, and there was also times in the game where I needed to use a weapon in order to take down some enemies. That thing I wasn't really expecting to use, because in that game long time ago you only got access to the weapons near the end of the game. I'm not really sure if it's going to be the case for this game, but I would assume that this game, it is merely investigation, so don't expect this game to be a shooter or anything like it. Okay? Related to score, this game scored something like 70% on Steam Store by the time of the video. The best reviews said that the game it's good, probably around 80%, but Steam users is giving 70% for the game. You can get this game on Steam for around 45 euros by the time of the video, but if you want to get it a little bit cheaper, you can buy through Kinguin for around 38 euros. In my personal suggestion, you can buy through Kinguin if you want. There is a link on the description that points you out for that product and for that price, but in my personal opinion, The difference in price is very small between two stores, so I think you should really consider to buy it through Steam if you are interested on the game. Okay, so with no more further stuff to talk about this game, hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Thank you a lot for watching.
Very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
But you can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Come on,
Nothing for you here either.
You'll see what
Beat
a true
it.
sailor's got in his belly. You hear that? You bilge rats don't scare me.
What did he call us?
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
And the weather is rough, and the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a dirt
What you looking at, stranger?
drinking of strong beer.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger.
I see grounds for Ireland, well there is no, and the weather is rough.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
For me,
I'm looking...
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't...
I'll leave you alone inside the mansion.
Cheapers. Poe's prophetic raven. $1693. This house is much older than it seems. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins. This entrance is still in use.
This light on.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Let's see
Silas
if I
managed
can
to
find
bring the
something
fire
the
under
cops
control,
missed.
but it was already too late for the Hawkins.